All right, we're going to look at a couple of special situations with equations. The first one is when we have this minus sign in front of variable. This is negative w equals 16, or the opposite of w equals 16. Well, there's a number here that we don't write. What number is in front of a variable when there's not one written? There's a 1, right? So I'm going to try to write this 1 in here kind of skinny-like. And that is negative 1 times w. So how do I do, or what's the inverse operation of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 cancels. That becomes 1w. And 16 divided by negative 1 is negative 16. And if you think about it, this kind of makes sense. If negative w is positive 16, then positive w is negative 16, right? The sign has to swap. Okay, the next thing that's not difficult, it just looks a little weird. I have x minus 1 over 6 equals 2. Now this is sort of a two-step equation. We're going to do 2 steps, but it's just going to look a little different. This whole thing is divided by 6, so I need to get rid of this first. Well, what's the inverse operation to division? Multiplication. So I'm going to multiply this side by 6 and this side by 6. So these 6's cancel. I'm left with x minus 1 on the left, and then 2 times 6 is 12. Well, now it's just a one-step equation. X minus 1, the inverse operation would be plus 1. I add 1 to both sides, and I get x is 13. All right, this last one's very similar. You could actually pause the video and try it by yourself if you wanted. I have m plus 17 all divided by negative 2, and that's equal to negative 9. So since this is divided by negative 2, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. These negative 2's cancel, and I have m plus 17. So I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides because I'm trying to isolate m. That cancels. And m equals, what is that? Negative 35. Okay? All right, so that's how you solve that special case of equations.